So with your vision boards, did you notice as you were setting your 90-day goal and what to put in the middle of your vision board, that when you came to see me, you had one idea, and when you left, there was a higher perspective? Did you find that, in fact, as I was watching through the week, that happened every single time. You'd come in with a, here's what I think my goal is, and then we talk about it, and it would end up being this deeper, more powerful, higher perspective of what you really wanted to achieve in the 90 days. And it's like your original idea of your goal would be just a natural result of what you ended up, doing. So I found that fascinating to watch the Spirit direct, you study it out in your mind and then ask if it's right, and then I'll help you move forward. And I found that almost every time with my vision board. I'll have an idea or a thought, I think I want this, and then when I take it to Heavenly Father and I say, is this in my best interest? He says, well, what about more? What about this? And you go, or at least I do, oh no, that's too big. And he gives me a minute to sit with it. And I'm pretty convinced that Heavenly Father knows we have way more capacity than we're aware of. And so he helps us in those little soft, gentle pushes to go from where we are to where he knows we can be. Do you all feel good or right or have received confirmation about your 90-day goal? Is there anybody that still has questions or is not sure or is still working on that main 90-day goal?
I'm probably not 100%.
Okay. If it feels like it's almost there but not quite, awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I love what we talked about, but I'm just not sure how it'll get me to where I wanted to be.
Yes.
I can see how they're connected. I think the first one that I came in with and what we ended up with, but is that really didn't get me there.
Perfect. Okay, so that's something else to discuss.
I'm the same, and mine is more like, how do I create that in a tangible form? How does those practices going to create that, or how do I measure it into a results form?
Perfect. So how can I break it down to actual steps that I can do every day that I can check off a box and say, I did it, I did it. And I think that's the next thing we need to talk about in the personal appointments, is we want to make sure, and please ask Heavenly Father so the Spirit can confirm that for you, but that you feel good about the direction, even if you don't understand it. The idea of a real true goal isn't just, I'm going to accomplish something I know how to do. That's just a to-do list. That's something that's not really going to push you. The idea of a real goal is that it's something you know you want to have in your life, and you probably don't know how to get there. That it's okay, it sounds good, but, so I'm not sure how it can be tangibly something I work with, and I'm not sure how exactly to do that or what steps to get. But I feel confident that that's something I want in my life. Does that make sense? So that'll be the next step in our personal appointments. What we want to talk about today is the next step for you in your emotional understanding and your spiritual development about moving forward towards a goal. Just as Kaylin was talking about, we have all in some way taken on a false identity. And I thought that was fascinating that that's the story that came up. We come down here to learn from our own experience. Now, we know we've been spiritual beings for a very long time. I'm just going to use circles here. So if this is my spirit, this person, the true me, the real me, has existed for eons. A long, 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 long time. And reached a level of training and understanding where the next step, the next class I want, is going to require a fallen element's mortal body to challenge me, to help me move forward. So I come down here and I take on this mortal body. The trick with the mortal body is it's literally made from fallen elements. My spirit is made from the same elements as my heavenly parents is created from. Scripturally, those elements are light. And light, truth, intelligence, and love are all the same element in the scriptures. They're all combined. So here I am, a spiritual being made of light, and I'm agreeing to and actually jumping for joy at the thought of coming down here and moving inside of or putting on a mortal fallen element's body. Now, in the womb, as this is beginning to happen, I am completely connected to my mother, and I'm still basically spiritual. I'm beginning the process of learning what it feels like to have a mortal body on, but I'm totally safe in that environment. Everything's taken care of for me. The second I'm born, I begin trying to learn how to control the body on my own. So have you ever watched a baby? They can't even control their hands to get their thumb in their mouth. And there's a learning curve of actually learning how a spirit controls a body. But at that point, I'm basically still spiritually connected to God. The more I am learning how to control this body, the more I become physical. My spirit actually becomes part of or merges with